Welcome to Acharya Coding School. Today we are going to tell you about the Linux administrator demo. So in this you are getting like a step by step each and everything in about detail. So if you want to learn anything, just basics are necessary, right? So before going to the Linux administrator course, let us understand it. Like what is Linux? So generally, like we have like a operating system, right? So we have like a different types of operating system like Windows, Linux, Unix. So different types of operating systems we are having available. So generally an operating system is a system or a software that manages hardware, software and provide common services for programs. So when you buy a computer, so for example, if you buy the new computer, so at that time, so first thing after turning your computer, you will check the operating system. So which operating system we need to enable. So the operating system is mainly to bridge the gap between the hardware and the user. So without operating system, the hardware is useless. So we have like a Windows, Linux and Mac operating system. So different types of operating system available in the market. So for example, if you take as a operating system as a manager in the company, so in a manager, what will he manager will do? So he has was managing the resources like CPU, memory, storage, users, processors. So we have it was managed by the manager. So the mainly operating system acts between the bridge between the user and the hardware. So if you want to interact with the hardware in your system, so the software means operating system is necessary. So to interact with hardware. So the operating system itself means so it acts as a software and interacts with the hardware. So the operating system mainly acts as the bridge between the user and the hardware. So user means we and the operating system is a software. So using this, we are managing the CPU, memory, processors and devices. So we have like a different types of operating systems available in the market like Windows, Linux and Mac operating systems. So that's the main basic about the operating system. So let us discuss about the Linux and Unix. So Linux is a open source operating system available in our present market. So we are using mostly the Linux in the servers, cloud and DevOps. So the server means which we are it serves based upon our needs. So for example, if you enter the restaurant, he serves based upon your needs. The server, what will he do? He will serve based on your needs. Same as like we are creating the servers. So based upon your requirement, the server will serve. So it allocate the resources for us. So we have like a cloud. Cloud Generally, like what you mean by cloud? So, for example, if you see this as a cloud, so what it meant to be? So, general normal time, like a cloud, which we can see in the sky from anywhere, from any time, we can see the cloud. So, same as like in the software industry also, we are using the cloud. And also like Linux mainly also useful in the DevOps as well. So Linux is a mainly free and open source. So we can freely install and use this Linux operating system. So in earlier 1970s, Unix was mainly used by the so many people. So present recent market nowadays, so many people are using the Linux as well. Linux only. The Unix usage is limited to only less people. So if you want to learn Unix, you have to read the basics of Linux, Mac operating system, and so there is different types you have to know. So we have like a Linux means free and open source. So you can freely utilize the Linux operating system. But compared to the Unix, it is a paid version. So it's like a closed source. So only specific people like vendor specific means, for example, if you take the IBM, so they only can able to use. So if you take the vendor as Solaris, so they only specifically they can use this application. So the Linux is entirely managed by the everyone. So we have like a in Linux there are like we have like a several distributions and several types of core parts available in the Linux. So let us discuss about the operating system and the architecture of the Linux. So inside Linux is a open source operating system. So just like a Windows and a Mac operating system, we can use the Linux. So we have like a kernel in the Linux architecture. So the kernel is manages the hardware and allows all our applications to run. So Linux is mainly a, like open source operating system. So we have like a several types of distributions available in the Linux. So we have like a Ubuntu, Red Hat, Enterprise, Linux. Mainly called as RHEL. And we have like a CentOS, Debian, Fedora, Kali Linux, etc. So these are the main distributions provided by the Linux. So Linux distributions are nothing but the flavors. So if you take the some like means drinks, so we have like a different types of flavors like orange, pineapple, mango, banana. Same as like in Linux also different types of flavors available. So Linux is main so the kernel is like a car engine. If we take so if we take different car brands, we have like different so many types of car brands like Skoda and Suzuki. So different types of car brands we are available in the market. So based upon that, using this kernel, they can build the own models. So like we can use using the kernel is acts as a like engine. So using this engine, we can build different car types of models. So based upon that, they will provide the specifications and they can customize according to their own model. So the kernel is acts as a like engine for the car. So why we are using mainly Linux? So it's Linux is the backbone of IT infrastructure. So it's a like free and open source. So we have like a Windows, it's a paid version, but Linux is free. Everyone able to utilize this Linux operating system. So using this Linux, we can maintain the stability without any stability means without fluctuations. Our application or else like a whichever the platform which we are using, it was stable. So that's why most of the servers in banks and companies as well run on Linux. So we have like a security as well using this Linux. So there are only like a fewer malware and less virus as well using this Linux. And also like performance. So it's mainly run smoothly even on older hardware as well. And also like it has a flexibility. So it can be installed on our laptops, servers, mobile phones, routers. In TVs also you can install. And there are like a lot of IoT devices as well. So based upon that, you can customize and you can utilize. So we have like a Windows and Linux operating system. So why we are using Windows and why we are using the Linux operating system. So the Windows is like graphical user interface, but user friendly. So Windows means like present in our computer. So by one click, we are able to click in our application. But in Linux, it's a command line interface focused. Means using the commands, we are able to interact with the Linux. So means if you are dealing with, if you want to open files in your system, you are dealing with, you are by clicking the file explorer, you are able to open the files. It's a fuzzy user friendly, which we can able to see. So most of the desktop users are able to using the Windows operating system only. But Linux is like a command line interface, means by giving the commands, we are able to interact with the files. So which we can create the files, we can delete the files, and we can enter into the files. So we can modify the files. So whatever we are doing in the Windows, same as like we are doing in the Linux as well. So most of the it's used for the servers and the cloud. So most of the people are nowadays using the Linux. So have you ever like clicked like a control plus C, control plus V on Windows? But in Linux, we are doing everything in commands. So for copy pasting also, like we are using the with the commands as well. So what is cloud? Cloud is which we are using for the storing purpose. So where inside the cloud we can store our data. So the main advantage of the cloud is to store our data. We can retrieve our data at any time and in anywhere. So if you saved in India, you can retrieve the same data in the US as well. Same as like instead of saving it physically in your local system, you are saving in the cloud, then everyone able to access using the cloud. So why we are using cloud is the mainly of delivering of computing services. Computing services are nothing but server, storage, databases, networking. Over the internet, we are able to utilize using the cloud. So through the internet, we are able to renting the services and we are able to manage the services. In cloud, we follows the pay as you go model. So means we only pay for the services which we have utilized. So for example, if you take electricity, for example, if you're having the home electricity bill, so you only pay for the services which we have utilized. So before cloud, so many companies, if you take, they are maintaining the data centers. So data center means, I'm showing picture. So for the data centers, we will require the power, servers, and storage. So inside the company, there are a lot of people maintaining the servers for storing our data. So with huge physical servers as well. So physical servers are same as like racks available for storing our data. So using this cloud, we are renting our servers. So we are not maintaining any physical servers. We are maintaining the virtual servers and renting the servers on demand. So when we are require the servers, then we are creating and we are utilizing. So like we are paying the electricity. So we only pay for the services which we are using. So the main purpose of the cloud, it provides like scalability and cost saving. So we can reduce. We don't need to maintain the entire infrastructure and data center, and we don't require everything so much power, right? So we are not maintaining this data. So for maintaining this data center, we require a lot of data and as well as power, everything. So we are not maintaining everything. So just we are going and utilizing the services, and we have like a flexibility and accessibility. So instead of like buying 100 computers, so you are renting the servers from the AWS, Azure, and GCP as well. So when only needed, we are utilizing the cloud based on our requirement. So we have like a data center and servers as well. So data center means, I will have shown the picture to you. So data center means, so for maintaining this, we require a lot of 100 servers inside the data centers. So we require a electricity backup as well. So if the power got gone, so we have to maintain the generator as well. So for maintaining the data center, if any issues or any interruptions or man-made disaster occur, so we need to take care of our data center and we need to manage our infrastructure, we need to manage the servers, everything we need to manage. So for maintaining the data centers also, we require a lot of manpower as well. So by instead of all these doing, there are like a, then we are going like a physical servers. So physical servers is like a dedicated hardware, but it was less expansible compared to the data center. But it's like it's also expansible, but we have like a, it has a less flexibility features. And we have like a, apart from these data center and physical server, we have like a virtual server. So we are dividing the one physical server into several virtual servers using the concept called virtualization. So in this virtualization, the hypervisor is the main component for dividing the physical server into the virtual machines. So we are using the just operating system. So mainly the physical server is equal to one big bangla we have. So the virtual server is equal to apartments inside one building. So means instead of one big bangla, we are dividing the big banglas into apartments for splitting. So if we maintain the big bangla, the rent also they will get less amount. If they are splitting the one big bangla into apartments, then they will get the more money. Same as like here we can consume the space, here we can consume a lot of if the space also consumed, then we can able to utilize using the virtual server. So we have like discussed about data centers and servers. So the virtual servers was cost efficient and scalable. So we can scale based upon our requirement. In later, like we can discuss about how to create Linux server in using the AWS cloud. So in the AWS cloud, how we can launch the instances using the Linux server. So we can discuss and how can we connect using the SSH machine, and also like how we are dealing with the commands. Everything we can discuss later classes. So the main roadmap of our Linux course. So in this Linux roadmap, we are going to cover about the Linux basics. So what are the file system, what are the commands, what are the permissions we are going to cover, and what are about the user and group management, what are the process management, what is the package management, and what are the system services, and what are the monitoring CPU, memory, and logs as well, and as well as the networking basics and shell scripting, and how to integrate the cloud with AWS and cloud Azure. So by end of each course, you will able to confidently manage Linux servers, which we are using in the real world companies. So we can able to manage that in the DevOps environments, and you can create like a servers and using which we are using in the DevOps, and as well as working in the cloud environments as well. So we are going to cover everything, each and every concept in detailed manner, so that you will get to know everything after completion of this course. So we can complete this course in like if there is a faster batch, like we can complete it in the 1 month, or else like if you want to learn each and every concept in detailed manner, like along with the assessments and everything, we can you can complete it in the 2 months. So what are the certifications you can do after completion of this course? Linux Foundation Certified sysadmin, and you can complete Red Hat certifications as well. You can complete AWS certified sysops, or else like you can complete the cloud ops. You can complete the Microsoft Azure administrator, Agent 104. But if you are able to manage the Azure infra, then only you will be able to do the Microsoft Azure Administrator certification. If they are dealing with the AWS certified AWS with perfectly, you will learn. So for cloud operations knowledge, we are required these certifications. So after completion of this course, you can eligible for junior or entry level Linux Linux system administrator. Or else you can go with the L1 support roles in the company. Or else you can go for the system administrator roles. It's an L2 support comes under. You can go for the cloud engineer or cloud ops roles. Or else you can go for the site reliability engineer. SRE or DevOps engineer you can go. You can go for the platform or else release engineer roles. You can go for the Linux engineer roles. So these are the main you can apply after completion of this course. If you want to go for the cloud and DevOps engineer, you have to be basic mainly on any of the cloud environment as well, along with the Linux. If you want to for the basic Linux administration, after the basic Linux administrator, if you expert in the Linux administrator, you can apply for the junior or entry Linux administrator and also like a system administrator, and you can go for the Linux engineer roles, and you can go for the platform engineer roles as well. So for the salary expectations, for entry level, you can go for if you have a 0 to 2 years experience. Also, if you are fresher, you don't have any experience using the Linux, you can join as a junior Linux admin, and you can gain package up to 3.5 lakhs to 6.5 lakhs. If you have some experience, so you can go for the sysops roles, sysops admin, like a system admin we have. So for those, if you go for those as a 3 years experience candidates, 2 to 5 years experience, you can go expert package up to 6 lakhs to 12 lakhs. SRE or cloud engineer roles, you can go. So you can expect package up to if you have a 5+ years experience, you can expect package 12 lakhs to 25 lakhs. So if you want any further details about the course and everything, you can contact us in by our WhatsApp number. So or else you can visit our office. Thanks for listening to the course.